What's up everyone, it is Josh here for Love Wrestling. Make sure to leave a like on this video, click that big red subscribe button, and click the bell so you're getting notifications of when we're dropping new videos here on Love Wrestling. When it comes to professional wrestling, we're always trying to search for someone who has that famous two-letter word. We're always trying to discover the next big thing, the next breakout star of the industry. Who is that next one to break from the pack? Who is on the cusp of something big? Well, look no further, look no more. It is time to discover wrestling's next big breakout star. It's time to utter those letters. It is time to utter those words. It is time to say, you have it. If you know me, you know I love the inspiration. Cassie and Jessie, recently released from WWE, have just recently debuted in Impact Wrestling, winning the I'm calling it TNA, guys, the Impact Wrestling Knockouts Tag Team Championships. But it's so funny to say that sentence out loud because for the longest time we really didn't know what their moves were going to be. We didn't know where they were going to go since the release of from the WWE back earlier this year. They were of course the former Iconics and they were WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They've done a few things in the business that has made them pretty recognizable. They've done some things, have some accolades in their sleeves. They have some real accomplishments that they've done. When you think of who has it in the business, I think we're actually seeing the real beginning of what Jessie and Cassie can do as the inspiration. We're seeing them in the TNA. Again, I'm calling it TNA. It's so easy to call that place TNA. The Impact Wrestling Tag Team Knockouts division. They're going to do some things there as Knockouts Tag Team Champions. A true women's tag team. Something we don't have a lot of in the mainstream industry or just the industry in general, where women are coming up together and we've seen them separate and stuff like that. We know what they can do individually. We know that it's much better when they're together. They've made it very clear that they're together. When you think about having it in the business when it comes to tag team wrestling, I think the Inspiration have something really different to offer. I think the biggest issue with them in WWE, again, it's a WWE issue, not a them issue, is that I don't really think WWE understands what they can do with funny women. I also don't think they know what they're doing when it comes to characters and working that into wrestling when it comes to women in the business. I truly, truly believe that. That's a bigger overall problem with WWE that I'm not really going to dive into too much today. There's no point in doing so. However, what I will say is that we're seeing what they can do now from a character standpoint. We all know they're funny. We all know they're very fun. We know their Australian accents. We know that what they can kind of offer when it comes to character work. When it comes to the in-ring work, they were always treated as comedy in the ring. Now we're actually seeing what they can do in the ring. We've seen it at Bound for Glory when they won the Impact Wrestling Knockouts Tag Team Championships. We've seen what they can do in the ring. We're seeing what they're doing with their character work and this kind of new characters that they're developing with the Inspiration, inspiring the world and being icons and all of these things that they're saying. It is really, really cool to see this contrast now of like, okay, they can do the character stuff and that's great. Wrestling is built on characters. Without a character, you're nothing. But they can also get it done in the ring. We talked about a lot of potential that both Jessie and Cassie had. I think a lot of people looked at the former Peyton Royce and said, hey, she's really good in the ring and this contrast could really be really fun. We've seen it with the iconic duo in NXT of a little bit more of that of like the wrestling side of things and definitely leaning on more of the character work from the former Billie Kay. But now with Cassie and Jessie, they're actually both being able to really, really produce great characters and produce really cool in-ring work. So I think as stuff comes to fruition in Impact Wrestling, we can see what they can do. Who knows? The world is their oyster with what they can really do in and out of the ring. But the best part about releases is that, you know, talent get to shine. We talk about that. It's awful when WWE releases happen. However, we are getting this opportunity to see talent shine in different aspects instead of being given a piece of paper or being given a very firm direction. They're now being able to kind of do what they do best, and we're seeing that in Impact. And it's going to be cool to see what the IInspiration do and where they go in the next coming months, years, whatever, and see what they can do outside of the world of WWE and see them thrive. I think that's a really good thing. I'm not trying to do an anti-WWE piece. You know me, I support all kind of wrestling, and I support women and talent in wrestling in general, so I'm not here to shoot on WWE or anything like that, but it is really cool to see my two all-time favorite wrestlers, my two all-time favorite entertainers ever in WWE and wrestling in general. I just love them two ladies with all of my heart from a complete fan point of view, and it's cool to see them just doing what they're being happy. They're shining. When we talk about potential, I think we're only scratching the surface with what we can really see from these two, and as time goes on and they grow inside of Impact Wrestling, we're going to see more from Cassie and Jessie, and that's what I mean when you have it. They have this potential. They have it. We have all the kind of things I just said. We have all of this kind of love for them. There seems to be so much support for these two ladies, and that's so great because it's just going to let them continue to grow, continue to shine, and just put more of an emphasis on them. And I think that's really cool to see. And again, it's only going to go up and up and up. We have so much potential with them. Only scratched the very tip of the surface with what they can do and what they can offer. And I know how much I love them and how much I stand and say I'm the biggest fanboy when it comes to these two. We see their work outside of wrestling and stuff like that. I am their number one supporter in a lot of ways, and I'm sure a lot of people will say that. But I am just so excited to see them shine, see them have it, and see them show what I've seen in them for so long is having it and having what it takes to be the two brightest stars in the industry. I think it could be a lot of fun to see them thrive together. I don't have any interest in seeing these two women separate. I don't have it. It wouldn't be very iconic of them to do so. I know, rest in peace, Iconics, but thrive with the IInspiration now. But you don't want to see them apart. They work best when they're together. You see their little backstage skits and stuff they're doing in Impact Wrestling right now, and it's a lot of fun. As a person who, I don't watch everything in wrestling just because I have a life outside of wrestling, but I make sure I take the time to watch their stuff in Impact. And that's what talent should be doing, is bringing in new fans. And hey, I'm checking out this, so I might see something else in Impact. So it's doing its job for me anyway. So I'm really excited to see the IInspiration grow. I'm really excited to see the IInspiration thrive. As you can tell by the sound of my voice, this is an episode I've wanted to do, based on these two for a long time. I didn't know when the right time to do it. As soon as I started this series, I was like, well, the IInspiration are going to be included in this because there's no way I'm not going to include these two wonderful ladies. But that's going to do it for this week here on You Have It. Of course, we are covering all different kinds of women here over the next, I guess now 5 more weeks, something like that. Until the end of the year is when you're getting this. You're getting 8 episodes. We have 3 episodes in, so you do the math on that. But like, share, subscribe, click the bell for notifications so you're getting notified of when we're dropping new videos here on Love Wrestling CA. Of course, all the links to Love Wrestling and my stuff will be in the description box below. Next week is going to be a really, really fun week. I'll reveal who we're talking about here on You Have It next Monday. I'll reveal it sometime during the week, but it will be, of course, every single Monday, as you know. And thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the support. Until next Monday, guys, my name is Josh Robinson. I'm signing off for Love Wrestling. See you on the next one. Peace out.